How do you feel right now?
I feel like I don't know, like it's a bunch of different emotions. I One part is grateful for me that you gave me the look. The city's perceived a certain way. Everybody says you gotta go outside the city to make it, and then you come back here. The whole approach I had to it was really you can make it here. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. It's corny to say, but when you think about it, you have all the resources, you have all the attributes to put into it. So kind of just shift that mindset away from you don't have to leave home to feel at home, and you don't have to leave home to succeed at home. That all the resources, like I said, you could do anything with what's in your pocket right here. You could create content, you could just talk to people, you could it expands your network. um and just like through meeting different people, you never know what you could stumble across. It doesn't have to be necessarily outside the city. Time management's never been a concern until I realized that, oh, I really want to do something for myself. And that there is only 24 hours in a day, and you have all these different obligations, all these different things you have to attend to because you want also those things. So it's really like you run into scarcity where you all have all these unlimited wants, but the needs to get to those wants are not there sometimes. So cut in time. So I guess now that school is done, I have more time, and there's no excuse to be like, oh, I have this project to finish, I have this assignment due. It's really just let's do it, let's get it. There's nothing else holding you back. And you know how the city moves in the summer. It's really just you really have to be experience it, like Grand Prix weekend. You have Mural. You have all these different festivals, and it's getting wider and wider. So just start a foundation like that. As those events pick up, maybe you, like I said, you meet people and you see that share the same vision as you, and you could really bring different players to the table and create a super team. These mistakes, they're not something that they meant to do. It's just they're not passionate about what they're doing. They're just working for someone else, and they don't really care. And that really stuck with me because he's like, I really love what I do. That's why I make sure everything's okay. And I was like, and it stuck with me because I was like, oh, okay, like really what I've been feeling this whole time is, yeah, working for other people is cool. You learn everything, but doing your own thing, having your own plays and your own schemes that you want to draw up, your own plan, it just it gives me a bigger sense of fulfillment. And especially that, like, I always wanted to be like kind of a point guard in life, which means like to my definition is really like I keep my people's name in conversation. I always try to set up my circle to succeed because that's always how my mom showed me. She's like, Kyle, bring your people along with you. Like family is everything, right? So I think that's really how I realized that, okay, this is how I could keep my brothers around me and my people around me. And this is how everyone could succeed. There's enough food at the table for everyone. What I'm trying to do is create a platform for the city. Basically, the vision I have for it is really like a LinkedIn for the city. So I'm trying to build a network. Right now, it's really through three big aspects: through entrepreneurs, music, and athletes. Try to bring all those people together. Like I said, I've always met one person who introduced me to another person, and it led to a crazy connection. So maybe Diff Minds could be that outlet where, you know what, I'm an athlete. I'm in need of finding someone in the city who could help me get to the States. Okay, well, we put your highlight tape up, and then that person reaches there. For music, we've really been into the music scene for a while. So we've been able to, it's crazy to see, like we've been able to see one of our friends collab with another one of our friends that we put on the page, and it was magic from there. And then the song got played in the States, and it's like, you see that the actions you do put in, that there is different results, and the results are positive. So I think it's really about being a platform for the city and for people outside the city who want to get a local aspect to the look, because you kind of look at what's out there for people who want to know about Montreal. And people don't outside of Montreal go to the States, say from Montreal, they're gonna be like, oh, that's that place where they speak French. They're not gonna say, oh, that's that place where X is from or Y is from. And I guess the goal is to put a face to the city, right? We planned these crazy events that took months and months of work, and then the government shut it down. So you're there and you're like, fuck, should my bad? I didn't want to say. You look at there and you're like, well, damn, is this it? Like, is it a wrap? And like, I saw the end in football through an injury, and sometimes I feel like every blow we take is like that last injury that your body can't take it no more. But like my mom always told me, if you fall down, get back up. No matter if you're in pain, no matter whatever, just get back up. And I think that's how I approach it. I'm never gonna quit on something. I think I'm too passionate for it to quit. I don't think, even if it's a back burner, and even if, let's say, I do use my degree in work in finance or work in marketing, I really do think I'm always gonna keep the project along. Obviously, the end goal is to that be my main thing and my only thing. But I think I'm too passionate for it to just quit. So I grew up with my mom and my grandma. They really showed me the ropes to life. You know, my mom coming from India had nothing when she came here. You know, they lived on a 1 bedroom apartment in Park X. And that taught her her values, and where she is at now, she had to put in work. And she always thought that, oh, Kyle, to succeed, you got to do X, Y, Z. And then I think me doing different things and her seeing me not follow her path, but take in what she says. I think the biggest compliment she could have gave me was, she always says, like, you know what, Kyle, I can't. You have a huge heart, and I think to me that's really like something that like means a lot, because maybe I wasn't the best school student, maybe I wasn't the best like player on the field at times, but at least like to her to know that, you know what, like I'm pure, my heart means good. Like I think that's the biggest thing I could ask for. It's hard to make it here due to the, let's call it mainstream media. They have a mold of what, let's say we keep it to music. They have it a mold to what you have to be for you to be showcased. And right now that mold is you have to be a Franco rapper. And even though that's not even 90% of the music industry, if you don't fit that mold, you won't get a look, but you won't make it here. And I just think that's where my idea came from. Like, okay, we gotta change that. It's not right that there's like this like discrimination. That if you don't fit the media's mold of what's a musician or what's an athlete or what's a creative or what's an entrepreneur, that you shouldn't get your flowers or your credit. So my mom always told me, like, yo, don't approach any conversation close-minded. Like, you could always learn something from someone. It could be the guy asking for money on the street, or it could be a CEO, like everything in between. Everyone has their life experience, and you could learn something from everyone. And it's corny to say, but it's really that. And you see how, and also I've been on the flip side where, you know, when you're talking to someone and it's like, you know, they're not listening to you. And I've been on the conversation on the flip side now with projects going well. And I've been in rooms where, okay, like they need us, like they want us. So you see the two sides of the coin, and then you realize, you know what? It's not black or white. There is a gray area, and that gray area is a beautiful place. My football coach showed me work ethic, and my basketball coach showed me how to approach life. My football coach in my high school was really rough. It was hard. Like, it was like strict, you know, you have to do your thing, be there at this time. And I think that showed me how to approach like time, manage your time. That, or it's not because you have practice that you could, you know what, fail school. It's not because you have practice that you could not hand in homework. So just through there, I think it taught me to, yeah, it's easy to make excuses. Like, I can make you 20 excuses of why I'm not going to do something later. And like I've mentioned before, I used school as an excuse, maybe so. And I could have put in the work, and I could have like maybe slept less and do more. But I think really, he really taught me about time management. And I think my basketball coach really taught me about like enjoying the little things, that, because I was a better football player than I was a basketball player. So I got my time on the football field. But I think my basketball coach taught me that even though, you know what, I might not have the best jumper, that my heart got me anywhere I wanted to go. Like, I could still be in the starting lineup, even though like I said, I wasn't the best, but you know what, my heart brought me there. So I think it's really just like two different philosophies. That one, that the heart overweights the talent, and that one that the talent doesn't mean you don't have to work hard, you know? A lot of people wish they did say some things while people are still around. And there is only 24 hours in a day, and you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I really do think it's important. Like, I can't leave home without saying, Mom, I love you, just in case, you know, you never know what could happen. And like that for my stepdad too. You never know if this is the last time you're going to see someone, but then it's easier to give them their flowers when they're not around than when they are, you know? And obviously us as guys, it's tough for us to say like, yo, bro, I really appreciate you. And it's not something we do, right? It's more of a goofy thing, and we just mess around. And like if you tell your boys you love them, like it's on some weird thing, but it's not. I've always been like vocal about like how much people mean to me, because you never do know, Be kind to others. You never know what someone else is going through. People could be having the hardest day, and just the fact that you say hi to them is like the nicest thing. People go through their battles, and even though their route, you can't, and also like you can't want something for people more than they want them to themselves. Like I said, I've always tried to keep my people's name in conversation and give different opportunities to people. And just even though right now it isn't much, like maybe if I know one person that could help another person, if you can't want things for people more than they want for themselves, you really gotta, you know what, you gotta be, sometimes you gotta be content and settle for you trying your best. Yeah, you know what, just I'm good. There's always more to just I'm good, And I think us as guys, especially from the background we have, we're like, I never heard my parents talk about mental health. Never heard about my grandma talk about mental health. It was just like, oh, you're good. So I guess seeing, especially like I said, post the pandemic, took a toll on a lot of people in a lot of different ways. People lost people. But like I said, I think, yeah, so the guy is teaching me that, you know what, it's okay not to be okay. And it's okay that stuff in life happens, affects you, and you just don't gotta bottle everything down, because like I am someone who bottles everything down, and you know what, just take hits and keep it moving, and that's just how life goes. But sometimes the hits, they do get tough, and it's okay like to like just take a moment, like gather yourself and then get back up. You don't always say like get back up right away. In high school, I was really more like, as a kid, I was just like, I didn't really understand why. I think now I really do understand more of how people reacted to how I am. And vice versa too. I've learned that sometimes, you know what, because I was someone as a kid was very like confident and shit. I knew everything, but through life, I've known when now, you know what, sometimes you gotta just listen, or there's times in life where you turn it on and off. And to the point of bottling things down, I don't know, it's more of a, is it easier that way? Probably. Is it the best thing to do? Probably not. But I don't know, I always kept a smile through everything. And maybe it's not the best thing to do, but it's all I know,